Hi, welcome to my live daily quarantine workout. Today is day 1 of 6. That means I'm focusing on the squat pattern. But before I get into that, I'm just going to show you what equipment I've got. So hopefully you've got something similar and you can follow along at home. I've got a resistance band about 1/2 inch in width here. Any tension will do. That's totally up to you. You might want to use varying tensions if you've got more than one band. And then for my weight, I just have a 10-pound ball, all right? So if you got a dumbbell, kettlebell, whatever, that's all good, that's great. The weight is, of course, up to you. I'm just gonna basically show you a few exercises, a few ways to get creative with minimal equipment and limited space, and you can take it from there. Okay, so I always get started with a little bit of core bracing. Today, I'm gonna be doing some side planks and also dead bugs, so it's gonna be nice and gentle. Today's not gonna be too crazy. I like to sort of ease into the week. Okay, so for the side plank, that's going to be from the elbow. I'm just going to face you side on here. A couple different ways you can address this. You can do strided feet with the top leg forward. Going to make it a little bit easier to balance in the side plank position. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging balance-wise, you just stack the feet, so ankles right on top of one another. I'm going to do stacked feet. You do however you like. All right, I've got the elbow bent. I'm going to be bridging up at the hips. The upper arm's going to be straight up and down, so the shoulder is going to be stacked directly on top of the elbow. Okay, bridging up at the hips. I'm a nice straight line from the bottom of my feet to the top of my head. I'm squeezing this elbow in towards the side, keeping the lat nice and tight here. This arm's just chilling. You can put it up in the air if you like. I just like to sort of let mine hang out here. And I like to point my toes up for just a little added tension and sort of concentration in the lower body as well. Make sure I'm nice and tight throughout. A few more seconds here. Then I'm actually going to roll on my back for some dead bugs. So I'm going to do side plank on this side, then the dead bugs, then side plank on the other side. Okay? So dead bug, you're going to lie on your back, arms straight up in the air, knees are bent like so. Your lower back ribs are stuck to the ground, so you're all contacting the ground all along here. You're not arching the back. I want to keep my shoulder blades nice and packed back against the ground, so I'm not reaching up like this. I got them packed against the ground. I'm going to reach out with the opposite leg and arm at the same time, keeping the core super tight, keeping contact with the ground with my back ribs, just like that. It's going to be for 10 per side. That's 2. Nice and gentle little core bracing exercise here. That's 3. Keep that core super tight throughout. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. I'm going to roll over into side plank on the other side. Just going to be a mirror image of that first side. So once again, bridging up at the hips, straight arm up and down here, squeezing into the side, keeping tight. I got my toes pointed, my feet stacked on a straight line from the bottom of my feet to the top of my head. Hanging out here for about 20 seconds total. I want to watch my rib cage flare. I don't want any flare to be happening, so I want to think ribs down. That way I know that my back isn't arching. A few more seconds here. And relax. Little break here, and gonna go one more time through that. After that, we'll have a nice 360-degree core brace around the spine, and then we can get into those bigger compound lifts because our core will be activated and ready to go. Okay, from the elbow, once again, side plank. If you tried strided last time and it was easy, try stack this time, okay? Bridging up at the hips, keeping those ribs down, core's tight, squeezing in here, nice straight line. A few more seconds here. Gonna roll onto my back for those dead bugs. Big bracing breath, keeping that core nice and tight, reaching out with those opposite limbs. That's 1, 2, 3. I'd like to take a breath to reset every rep. 4, 5, 6. So you do want to keep that tightness. You want to make sure you're breathing. 7, 8, 9, 10. And rolling into slack plank on the other side. Last one here, bridging up with the hips. 20 seconds. Stay super tight. No big deal. A few more seconds here. And relax. Okay, so little breather, little drink of water if you need it. Here's how today's gonna work. I always do 4 exercises, 1 for each of the big movement patterns. So we got squat, we got hinge, upper body push, upper body pull. Sometimes I sort of play with that a little bit and get some accessory work in there too. So it's not gonna be necessarily 4 big lifts. Always start with the big one though, and today is the squat pattern. So I'm gonna do some goblet squats. But just to spice things up, since I have very little weight here, I'm going to add a band in for some added resistance. It's going to try to pull me down as I'm going up. I'm also going to really slow down the tempo on that one to make those reps really count. After that, I'm going to get into some upper body push, which today will be some Pike Push-Ups, which is a pretty shoulder dominant type of push-up. So if you're not great with overhead pressing or if your shoulders aren't feeling great, I'd recommend to just modify that to an easier push-up variation, or even flip over on your back and do a little bit of floor press, something that's going to be a little gentler on the shoulders, okay? After that, I'm going to get into some hinge. So I'm actually going to do some glute bridges with my feet elevated up on this couch here. So if you got a stool or a couch or a chair or a bed, that's going to come in handy there. Though you don't have to elevate the feet if you don't want to, so no worries. And then I'm just going to do some nice easy band pull-aparts for my upper body pull, a nice little sort of postural correction kind of exercise. It's both a resistance exercise and a rehabilitative exercise, so that's really nice. Okay, so let's get going. I'm going to do those squats first. This is kind of the first time I've got set up with a band this way, so here's hoping, okay? I'm going to step into and on the band like so in my squat stance. So I got a little bit of flare, my knees are nice and soft, and a little bit wider than shoulder width. If you want a hint how to find your squat stance, just stand, jump, land, okay? Twist out the heels, twist out the toes. That's about your squat stance right there, generally. It's a good guide. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna step into this band in that stance like so. Just wanna make sure I got it under the heels there. I'm actually gonna loop this around my upper trap, so it's kind of around my neck there, so when I stand up tall, it wants to pull me down, right? If your band is too intense for this, don't do it this way, okay? But most bands, you should probably be able to stand up comfortably like that unless you're super tall. But there's always other ways to resist it. You could wrap it around your wrists or something like that. No big deal, okay? So I'm gonna hold that weight goblet style, which means nice and tight to the chest. I got the elbows tucked in like so. I'm gonna have my knees inside this band because I wanna push my knees out as I squat, so I wanna push out against that band. It's a little bit of extra work there, okay? This is gonna be tempo squat, so it's gonna be down for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. I hit the bottom, fire up on a count of 1. Okay, for 10 reps. I'll show you what I mean by that, all right? This little example rep here. Keeping the core tight, spine nice and neutral. I'm pushing the knees out for 1, 2, 3, 4, up just like that. That's all. So it's just gonna be a really slow squat. That's pretty much it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. All right. So if you found yourself maybe kind of tipping back or your balance isn't great on that, a great little trick is just elevate the heels. So you can do that by wearing shoes with a nice heel on them, or by stepping on like a little raised towel or surface of some kind. That's really gonna help with that kind of thing. And also, you probably noticed I'm not worrying too much about depth there. I'm not trying to get ass to grass. I'm just going almost a parallel, if that. No big deal. Okay, let's do those pike push-ups. So I'll show you first time from the floor here. All right, so you're gonna get into a sort of downward dog type position for this push-up, all right? Kind of up on my toes. I wanna make sure my spine's pretty neutral. I'm kind of a triangle there. From here, I'm gonna lower my head towards the ground, and then I'm gonna push through the arms, keeping the core tight, keeping the spine neutral. Try to keep this angle more or less, all right? So I'm lowering myself down, my head almost touches the ground. I push myself up, just like that. That's the pike push-up, all right? You want to keep your butt up in the air and keep those hips at that same angle for 10, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's it, that's the pike push-ups. Let's roll into those feet elevated glute bridges. My feet are gonna be elevated on the couch here. Just get my heels on there, make sure it's not gonna move on me. I'll push it up against the wall, nice and snug there. Okay, so I'm gonna be looking back at you this way. I got my feet there. I'm gonna put this weight, this light weight, comfortably in my lap, but I'm actually gonna do one leg at a time, all right? So I just got one foot up here. First I'll show you with both legs. If I were to drive through the heels, just bridging up at the hips. I got my eyes down on my hips, so I'm not looking up there because I don't want to go too high and overextend and get into my lower back. It's all about the hips and glutes, all right? I'm pushing through the heels, little squeeze of the glutes at the top. The knees go out rather than in, and I keep the core tight. I'm just going to spice things up and do 10 on both legs, okay? You can do however you like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switching legs here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. I can feel that couch beginning to fall apart. Too many glute bridges. Okay. Now I'm just going to do some nice easy band pull aparts, all right? You can do this standing. Yeah, great. Or you can do it in a tall kneel like I was just going to do, but since I'm in the frame, I will do it standing. All right, so stance is no big deal. Core tight, spine neutral, shoulders back and down, away from the ears, all right? Got my arms straight out, elbows pretty much locked out, little tension on that band to start with. Then I'm just pulling apart, and that band comes towards the chest as my shoulder blades come back and together, okay? That's it for 10, little squeeze when you get out there, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, that's round 1 of 3. Little rest, get a little water. Next 2 rounds are gonna go a little bit quicker. I like to work that cardiovascular work in there as well. Make this as efficient as possible in 20 minutes or so. Try to get, kind of hit everything in this time. There won't be a finisher today, so we'll just go through this 2 more times, nice and quick, and that'll be that. Okay, let's get set up for those goblet squats with the band. All right, there's how I want. Okay, nice and tight to the chest, core nice and tight. Right, tempo, too fast. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. 10. All right. Pike push-ups. So this time, as long as this couch can take it, I'm going to elevate my feet on that couch. Makes it a little bit more difficult. Just less of an advantage in terms of the leverage, and you're kind of increasing your range of motion too. You can do on the floor however you want to do it. All right, so same idea. Get up in that tall pike position. All right, core's tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Flipping over to those feet elevated glute bridges. One leg or two, up to you. Core tight, driving through the heel, keeping the eyes on the hips always. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switching legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And nice easy band pull aparts. I'll do these in a tall kneel this time, just to show you you can do it in kind of any posture. You do these sitting down, watching TV, it's all good, easy. All right, shoulders back and down away from the ears. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A little breather, then we got one more set. All right, we'll go in about 20 seconds. Take your time to get set up. With the squats, we're primarily driving through the heel, but you also want to be cognizant of the big toe and little toe. All right, it's like a tripod. You got to clamp down with those toes as well. All right, there's 3 points of contact, even though you are driving primarily through the heel, activating those posterior rear muscles, right? But that's important for balance. You don't want your ankles turning out, right? So you want to push down with that big toe. Okay, let's step into this band here. Knees nice and soft. I'm gonna grab that ball. On a count of 4, we're going down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. All right, time for some pike push-ups. Take your time getting set up with this one. Core's nice and tight. Spine's neutral. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Flipping over, feet elevated glute bridges. Core tight, eyes always down, eyes always on the hips, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switching legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you're feeling those a lot in the hamstring, not a bad thing at all. Of course, it is about the hips and glutes, but also the hamstring is going to get in there too because you are hinging at the hips. And with any hinge variation, hamstring is liable to be involved. Not a bad thing, it's a good thing. All right, one more time in the band pull aparts. This is it for today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's 10. That's it. Great work, everybody. If you're watching this on Instagram, thanks for tuning in. If you're checking it out on YouTube later, please like and subscribe for more. I'll be back tomorrow and the rest of the week. In the meantime, foam roll, cool down, stretch it out, and take care of yourselves. All right, have a good one.